Sheryl, thanks for coming to talk to the Silicon Valley IABC today. I wanted to pick up some questions around your presentation, which was about communications effectiveness. And I had about 4 questions in mind. And the first is, what's the objective in measuring communications effectiveness?
The main objective, there isn't one objective. There are many reasons why one might want to measure. One might be to understand your audience, so before you even put a strategy and plan together, to know what they need. Another is to, if you're trying to bring about a change, to understand where your situation is to begin, and then you have a way to measure if what you're doing is effective in bringing about the change that you're seeking. So, that's probably the most important reason to do it, is to know if are the things I'm doing achieving the goals that I've set out to achieve.
So the big push is all about change and getting people to act on what they're reading.
Right, it goes back to the communication model, right, of awareness, understanding, behavior change, and ownership, advocacy for whatever it is you're communicating.
That makes sense. So, following on from that, you referred to 5 levels of measurement, and if we can capture the slide behind you.
Absolutely.
This is going to quite work.
Yeah,
zoom in a bit. So what are the 5 levels? No, we're not really quite going to get it, but that's fine, because I'd rather have you tell us, what are those 5 levels of measurement?
So the basic idea of the 5 levels of measurement is you start from the most tactical level to working your way down to the most strategic, outcome-oriented level. So the first level is around usage and activities. Are people exposed to the information you want to expose them to? Are they looking at your website? So you might look at web hits. If you're holding a meeting, are they coming to the meeting? So you don't really know what they're doing with the information, but you know they're exposed to it. The next level is transferring knowledge, increasing understanding, and now that's getting to, you've now exposed them to the information, what are they doing with that information? The third level is around taking action on that. So it's applying the knowledge and learning that they're gaining. So if you are trying to have an initiative in your company around diversity and inclusion, are people being more inclusive? Are people being more creative about making the workforce more diverse? Are they taking action that might result in changes? Level 4 is now you're getting into results. So are the things you tried to do resulting into the changes that you're looking for, so you would measure those things. And finally, the 5th level is financial. So after all, we work for either businesses or nonprofits, and they're all governed by money. And that's what our senior leaders care about. So how much of what we're doing is resulting in savings, resulting in additional revenue, or achieving large results that the company is seeking to achieve.
Great, and I think that reinforces the implicit point that communications ultimately is all about driving revenue to the company by either making sure that employees are aligned on purpose goals and how they're being measured, and what the most important aspects of an organization's plan of record are.
Exactly.
So then you also referred to elements of communications effectiveness. You referred to a 4-quadrant scorecard that you use at ROI Communications. Can you tell us about those quadrants and what they mean for you?
Absolutely. So these are the 4 areas that we measure as part of the ROI Communications scorecard, which is a way to really measure the overall effectiveness of communication for an organization. And so the 4 areas are understanding and alignment with business goals. Basically, do employees understand what the company's trying to achieve and what they can do and need to do to influence it? The second area is leader and manager communication. So how effectively are leaders and managers communicating? Are they accessible? Do they explain things in a way people understand it? How frequently do they do that? And do employees trust their leaders? The third is linked to employee performance. So are you providing information so employees know how they're performing? and understand what the requirements are in the marketplace. Do they understand what customers are demanding of the company and how well the company is serving those? And then the fourth area is an open communication culture. So how transparent is leadership and communication? Is there two-way feedback opportunities? Do people feel listened to? Those kinds of things.
So in constructing a communications plan, how would you best implement those four quadrants, or the points of each of those quadrants, as it were?
Well, that's really the idea of it is to look at overall communication for an organization, but I think you could, as you put together a communication plan, almost use that as a checklist to think, will I be open in my communication and provide opportunities for people to feel like they are heard, that they have an opportunity to contribute? What role are leaders and managers playing, and will they have the information they need to be able to communicate whatever it is you want to communicate effectively? How can you link this to employees' performance or to the customer? Are there elements that you can link to the marketplace, which is always really critical in any kind of communication? And then really asking yourself, what are the goals that I'm trying to achieve here? How explicit am I being? How do I help employees understand what the goals are and what they need to do? So I think it does provide a really great template to think about how excellence in communication takes place.
Thank you.
Thank you.